Okay. Everyone, family, this is your soul brother Talib coming at you. And I just wanted to do a prelude video, which is going to be a prelude to another live stream video that me and Sister Noble Levine is going to be doing in the near future, very soon. And this video here is going to be a prelude about why I don't like black people. And of course, it's something that I identify with Sister Noble Levine on, who's made that public herself. And, I don't have no qualms about making this public as well, because I've been through so much in the test of time and turmoil when it comes to dealing with other folk who's got the same skin color as I do, that I can attest to have the right to be able to feel like I feel. Okay. And, regardless of what anyone says, even under the comment section that will be watching this video, and even if I get dislikes, I'm okay with that too, because I'm here to tell the truth, and that's the kind of platform I speak from, that tells the truth. And in other words, also that keeps it real. So, that's what I'm going to do, is keep it real. And like I'm going to keep it real in this video, basically, whereas, I must say this here, you know, because I'm not going to mention all of what I've been through. That's why I say this video is going to be a prelude to the one concerning this subject that I'm going to do with Sister Noble Levine. But however, moving along, yes, from past experiences with other black people in this country, in this racist society, where we already got enough stacked up against us as far as the deck of cards is concerned. Yet, I found myself in numerous situations, even more than what I'm going to speak about, like I said in this video, of being oppressed and discriminated against by other black people, not only on the streets, but even in so-called family situations, and I've come to find that, well, I've had to ask myself the question and be honest with myself, is that, do I really want to sacrifice my time, my resources, my energy, or even my life for the black people in this country? After all of what I've been through dealing with other black people in this country, is it even really worth it? Because, like I've said in another video previously, matter of fact, the other night when we did a live uh, hangout for our soul liberation celebration, when I mentioned that when I emancipated myself from the so-called pro-black teachings, I almost gave up on black people altogether at that point, and in some way of sort, I do still feel that way, but because I'm hanging on, to being active in the struggle for our people, which is by a thread. I still have to evaluate myself and say that, do I feel good enough where I can continue on being an activist in the struggle for dark skin liberation in this country. And see, that's where my decision personally lies at, which is still, up in the air, because I haven't made the decision to actually give up on black people, which is why I'm still active. Like I said, when it comes to being a part of our liberation struggle as a people, because of the fact that I do want to see us all as 44 plus million so-called African Americans free from an oppressor. Okay. But at the same time, I'm not going to forget what I've been through personally in my own life with blacks that has caused me to be traumatized, psychological issues as well as mental issues and other emotional scars that simply just won't go away, and more than likely won't go away long as I'm still living on this earth, you know. And I have to keep that reality in its perspective for what it is, you know, because at the same time, when I look at the situation of what's going on, when other black people are being oppressed by the Caucasian racists in this country, whether it be at the hands of racist police officers, killing and shooting and beating black people in the streets, and indiscriminately, stopping and frisking black people in the streets, you know. And the first thing comes to my mind is, do I even want to read that stuff? Do I even care if it did happen to them? You see, hopefully you get what I'm saying, because that's where I'm actually at when it comes to the, psychological aspect of looking at the situation, because my thing is, why should I even care about other black people that is being oppressed by the racists in this country, when it could have been the same black people that, had I ran personally across them, they would have treated me worse as our racist oppressors treat them, or all other black people that's living in this country. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is that, I have to keep all that in this reality perspective for what it is, and look at it for what it is, and not, act fictitious about it, even when I'm speaking on the behalf far as liberation for dark-skinned descendants of slaves born here in America. And, I have to, have all that in my perspective when I'm even thinking about or even participating in our liberation. So that's where I'm at, and that's why, I am not a leader. I don't pretend to be no leader. I don't pretend to be no follower. And I don't pretend to be anything other than the independent thinker that I am, you know, because at the end of the day, when it's said and done, only thing I could do is do the best I can while I'm still breathing, you know, when it comes to, the liberation of other dark-skinned descendants of slaves in America, like myself, I have to really be uh, honest. And, like I said, at the beginning of this video, I identify with someone else who has made it publicly known that they don't like black people, you know? And like I said, I have my own reasons as well as why I don't like black people. And they are very legitimate reasons, as far as the way I feel when it comes to me speaking for myself, since that other individual could speak for themselves, like I said before, uh, it's a lot of reasons why I could just turn my back completely on our liberation struggle as a people if I wanted to, and wouldn't feel no second thoughts of even having a conscience behind it. Yeah, maybe I would somewhat have a conscience because that's who I am. Let me take that back. Yes, I would have a conscience about it to a somewhat of degree because that's who I am. Because I'm not no sociopath like most of a lot of other black people that are, who don't do nothing but help step on the foot of other people that look like them, whether it's to please their Caucasian slave master or whether it's for their own sex self-satisfaction of interest or whatever that case may be. But I am saying that I could have conscience because I'm not like them. Okay. And so that's what set me apart. But however, that don't change the fact that I can turn my back on the struggle and move on with my life and do what I need to do personally for myself. Okay. Regardless of what anybody say or think about it, you know, because I have a right to feel just that way about it as well. And to actually act on them feelings if I wanted to, you know. But right now, I'm not in that type of space. But however, that's, because like I said before, black people haven't really done nothing for me to even feel like I owe them that much. Far as me even deciding to stay within the struggle for our liberation, you know. But because of who I am and want to see us all free as people, that's why I'm still around, you know. And there's no second guessing or doubting that, you know. And like I said, I have no time, for games. I really don't have no time for games. And that's one thing I don't like about black people, because a lot of black people play games. They play games with their liberation, their freedom, and they play games with just the reality of their existence, which is not being a free people. But they say they want to be free, but they still play games as if they want to be free, but they really don't, through their actions showing that. And that's one reason, once again, why I find myself not liking black people, which has been one of those reasons for a long time. And like I said, for what I've been through in the so-called conscious community can definitely confirm that fact, as from what I've seen even in that situation and in other situations from me dealing with other black people, is why I feel the way I feel. I mean, and then, when I look at how, you know what I'm saying, at the history of and up to the present, as far as how the Caucasian has treated black people and made black people less than second or even third class citizens and put at the bottom of everybody else in this country. That's how I see black people doing other black people when it comes to ostracizing other black people, using other black people for their own individual self-interest, you know, killing, harming other black people, especially over frivolous reasons, you know, and all other type of ignorant reasons, you know. And so this is what gives me, you know, like I said, the right to feel the way I feel in that term, you know. And like I said, I've talked quite a few times, even in videos, which you will even find on my channel called Eric Bell, you know, that uh I you know, on my channel called Eric Bell, and you could go to my YouTube channel as well, which is again Eric Bell, and see that I've talked about leaving this country, you know, just to get away from these silly Negroes over here. And not just only so much as to get away from the uh, pink Caucasian American races, but to get away from uh, his silly Negro slaves that's over here, you know, because I'm really tired of being around silly Negroes, you know. And even though I've traveled from one end of the country to another just to get away from being around so many other silly Negroes who look like me with the same skin color, you know, I find myself still being confronted with the reality of running across them, you know. And I've gotten to the point where I have said to myself, you know what? Once I do get myself in that position, longest breath is in my body, I'm going to just leave the country. Why? I don't have to deal with them all together. And I'm still at that point, okay? And I know there's some who may agree with this, but that's just my personal stand on that. And that's the way I feel. And unapologetically, that's the way it's going to remain, you know. But that don't have nothing to do with my involvement with the Mississippi campaign, nor the general struggle liberation of other dark-skinned people of soul in this country. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. But that's something that I personally stand on, you know, because I truthfully don't feel like I said, that even that other black people deserve my assistance in helping with this struggle of our liberation, to be a free people for once and for all in this country from a almost 500-year-old oppressor. But the reason I'm still in the struggle for the cause of our people's liberation is because that's the type of person I am. That's the type of person I've always been, as far as I can remember as a younger person. Okay. But, you know, like I said before, I still feel a certain type of way because of what I've been through as far as dealing with other black people. And because of my personal stands as far as our liberation struggle, and my general stand as far as our liberation struggle go in this country, that don't negate how I personally feel when it comes to disliking other black people. And it's just that simple, you know. And you know, when I see that, when I see the type of stuff that black people have done, not only to me personally, but to other black people unjustly, and which has still been uh injustices that has not been resolved to this very day, that makes me feel like they're being protected, just like the racists who do wrong to black people in the way that they oppress black people are protected. And it's no difference when one looks at it from that angle. It's really no different, and there are certain forces put in place to protect black people who do harm to oppress other black people. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? And I like I say, when I see that, especially in a pro-racist society like America, which is also a pro-corrupt society, um, that makes me realize that it confirms more of what I already felt, that we don't do nothing but oppress each other, like our 400-year-old oppressor have oppressed us. So what different are we from him when we do each other the same way that he's done us for centuries as a people in this country when it comes to racism and the oppression that goes along with it? So, I mean, we have to not kid ourselves as black people, you know, when we dealing with this whole situation, far as, what's going on among us that makes people like me and the other individual I mentioned not liking other black people. And other black people, especially in the so-called pro-black conscious community, will call people like us, self-haters, or we are full of self-hatred. Well, you know what? Let me respond to that. I'm going to say this here. It's no more wrong for me, since you want to look at it that way. And I'm speaking to those who will call people like me self-haters. Once again, since you're looking at it that way, like Michael Jackson once said, look at the man in the mirror, because you're full of self-hate when you do things to other dark-skinned people that cause other dark-skinned people to have hate toward another dark-skinned person, okay? So that could go both ways when you want to call somebody else a self-hater or say that someone is full of self-hatred. So hopefully I made that perfectly clear to those naysayers when it comes to stuff like that, But like I said before, this is what we're dealing with, and when I get on a live stream with this other individual, I will make that perfectly clear as to why, I don't like black people, which in other words will confirm more of what I'm talking about in this very video, which is a prelude to that video that me and this other sister will be making concerning why, we don't like other people's soul, and like I said, I don't have no qualms speaking on it, but that don't change my position either on the Mississippi campaign or my love and want to see our people liberated and free from an over 400-year oppressor. It don't change that at all. Okay, I also want to make that clear. But I just want you to know that, yes, I personally myself don't like black people. And I have those reasons. And the only reason that I'm not going too much into the details about it because of those reasons is because I want to save it for the actual live stream video that me and another individual plan on doing in the very near future. So be looking for that video to come. And and also you can go to Reality Temple on Earth Channel, where that video I'm sure will be posted at. So you can watch it as well. But pretty soon that video will be aired live on live stream. So be looking for it to come soon. But other than that, I'm going to bow out, and I'm Audi 5000.